Slouser here, and today I will be doing a Superman matchup tier list. The beginning of the month, October the 1st, 2022, and I'll be doing this every 3 months. I don't want to do it monthly because I just feel like whenever they do nerf or buff a character, I just don't know if it's necessary that every month the tier list will change for Superman. Plus, if it's just one character, I just don't feel it needs a whole video just to change one character. Before I get down to it, I'm not the best Superman. I think I'm pretty good, and I think I'm one of the best in the UK. I've got over 2,000 matches with Superman, just Superman. I don't play anyone else. So I feel I do have that matchup knowledge, not with every single character, but I have an idea with most of them. So I'm just gonna give my opinion on how I feel with every character when I go up against them. Now, with that all being said, let's get on with the matchup tier list. I'm going to go with Arya, a -1. Now, I know this matchup well, in terms of I know what to do against her, but that's easier said than done. One of Superman's greatest things is his aerials. He's fast in the air, great fares, up airs, up specials. Like, he's just great in the air. But when it comes to Arya, if she puts that red sword into you, you pretty much have to stay on the ground. Because the amount of times back in the day where I'll still fly up trying to combo her, I miss, she does her special, comes to me, combos me and kills me. It's, yeah. You basically have to stay on the ground. Not all the time, but as long as you don't have the red sword on you, you can use your aerials. But again, you have to be careful, because if you're flying above her, you've used your dodges or your jumps, and then she starts to combo you off in the air, there's a potential ring out. Depending on when she started her combo or how high your life is, it's risky. As I said, I know what to do against her, but again, it's easier said than done. I will say as well, just to mention, in case for you newer players or who's new to matchup tier lists, whoever's +2 or -2 does not guarantee mean you're gonna win or you're guaranteed gonna lose. Every character you can beat, just like every character you can lose to. Just some characters will be more difficult, some will be easier. Next is Batman. Man, oh my god. It's my God, I'm speechless. This is my worst matchup personally, and I just think it's bad for Superman. His ice is a great counter for his Batarang, but that's if they're just gonna keep spamming it or if you time it right. Most of the time they keep a hold of it and wait till you approach, or they'll just time it right. That Batarang can do so much. It can start off their combo, or if you're holding a forward or up tilt attack, they can just break your armor and boom. You know, they can hit you and combo you after that. When you're flying in the air, Batarang, that is what makes it very difficult. But Batman, of course, has other good moves. The smoke is a nice slow down the game. If he hides in the smoke, you can risk going in there, but then you become slower and he becomes faster. You don't know where he is. It's risky. You shouldn't just go in blindly. His remote bomb is annoying. It really is, because you can dodge it or you can go and armor attack just to block it, but you still take the damage. It's annoying because if you have it on you, you kind of have to back away from Batman. You can fight and try and knock him back and then get away, but if you get hit, if you dodge too late or too early and then you get exploded, there's a chance for Batman to combo you or even kill you. So it's another move from Batman where it just makes you struggle. It makes you think otherwise, you know, what should you be doing? How should you be doing it? Batman is probably the best character to train against, because he teaches you as a Superman to be patient if he has the Batarang, to be aggressive if he doesn't have the Batarang. His hurt boxes are big enough that you can combo on him, and you have to play smart. He's not a brain dead character where you can just face him and hope for the best. You have to be smart going against him. So Bugs Bunny, for me personally, this might get a bit of backlash or whoa, what's this bum doing? But I'm gonna put him +1 for Superman. I feel it's a good matchup for Superman purely because, one, his ice can stop a lot of his projectiles, but the main thing why I feel Superman beats him is because of Superman's edge guarding. It is one of, if not the best edge guarding in the game, and Bugs Bunny doesn't have the best coming back onto stage. You know, he does that move where he uses his ears to fly towards the stage, but Superman's fair or nair can easily beat that and then kill him. The amount of times I've ringed out a Bugs Bunny because they've tried to recover back onto stage with that move, it's crazy. It's so easy. Bugs Bunny doesn't have the most safest moves to come back onto stage against Superman. So I feel like if you can get him off there, you can kill him from 80-90% to 40-50. I've done it many times. If you've seen my montage, I've done it plenty. Oh, when I go up against the Finn. See, for me, It's either -2 or -1. But I'm gonna go with -2 because I'm gonna base this one not on the average Finns, but on the good Finns. The ones who utilize that teleporting amazingly and are just good at timing their attacks and combos. Finn has 2 good armor break moves. He has that long range with the sword, so if you're both gonna try and jab, if he spaces it correctly, he'll hit you first. And that teleporting. There's no cooldown. As long as they have the gold for it, they can just constantly teleport. The amount of times I've frozen it, and then they'll just bring out another one. It's like, oh, okay, great. They can do it again. Yeah, Finn has great hitboxes, and it can definitely damage Superman. And again, you can't, with Superman, you can't just stay still on the stage charging up one of your tilt attacks, because then Finn will armor break it, you know, and then he can combo onto you and do a serious amount of damage. He's tough. I would, like I said, -1 if it's just an average Finn, but -2 when you come across those really good Finns when they know their spacing and they know how to use that teleporting amazingly. Even though Superman does have some good pluses against him, because obviously Finn's not the greatest in the air, but on the ground, he pretty much dominates Superman. It's hard to get in. Usually what I do is I try to slow him down with my ice breath to give me some space, you know, because Finn's always coming towards you. So you need to slow him down to keep him away, but sometimes it's hard. You know, Finn is a great character. Next, Harley Quinn. I'm gonna go with evens. I don't think she's the most difficult to go against, but she's not the easiest to go against. I think, yeah, evens. Evens is perfect. I think we both have pros and cons against each other. She can easily go 0 to 60 with a combo, and with the glove, she can edge guard you great, especially if you're under. You know, if you're above high, you have a good chance. But even then, she has a great up air with the baseball bat. But the glove below is hard. It's tough. You're going to have to dodge at the perfect time. If you get hit, you're probably dead. But then the pluses for Superman is whenever she brings out that box, will explode, ice, done. That combo's done, where she tries to combo you and then knock you into the bomb and then you blow up and you go higher. It's done. And because he's quite light, the amount of times where I could be on like 150 and I kill a Harley Quinn on half it, 75, 80, and it's like, cool. Especially again with edge guarding, if you can bait her out doing some of her dodges and things like that, you can edge guard her pretty well. So I feel it's pretty even. Jake. I'm going to put him -1. He's another one of those characters where, like Arya, you can't utilize your aerial combos as much as you would like, because once they bring out that bolt or when he turns into a vehicle, your up airs and your up specials can't really do that much against him. I mean, if you time it correctly, you can stop him from doing it, but sometimes it's a bit too risky. And the amount of times I've tried to attack them before they've done it, but then I failed and they've killed me because of it. Yeah, it's happened a lot, or just at least hit me. He also has that range. It can go either way with Superman. Superman, because he's fast with his wave dashing and his dodges, he can try and get in, but he has to time when Jake does his punch. If Jake misses his attack when he stretches his arm out, if you dodge in at the perfect time, you can combo on him. But if you miss it and you get hit, well then you're flying off. Even Jake's move when he turns fat, is annoying. The amount of times I'm trying to go in and try and fair him and they do that move and I'm like, oh, they just knock me back again. And then they can combo from that. Don't get me started on his skateboard. It's so easy to get on Superman. And they can get easily from 0 to like 50. Skateboard, nair or fair, and then they eat you. So if you don't DI correctly, easily that's like 40 damage, I think. Yeah, it's a tough one. And getting that skateboard combo is pretty easy. It's just about when you do go under that skateboard, you have to try and DI out. Or KBI out. Still got the Smash Bros terminology. Garnet. +2. I just feel it's one of Superman's easiest matchups. When I first went against her, I didn't know what she did. And then when she went to 2 music, she could break your armor with melee attacks. And I was like, whoa, she's amazing. But through time, I just realized she's not the best against Superman. I think Superman beats her on a lot of fields. On the ground, we both have armor attacks, but Superman's faster movement and his combos can go for longer. In the air, Superman's much faster, better aerials. Superman's heavier, so he has a longer survivability. I mean, I just feel like Superman beats her on everything. Rain Dog. I've barely faced him in 1v1s. Barely. I think maybe like just not even 10 times. Out of 2,000 games, 2,000 plus games, I haven't faced him 10 times. I swear. So from my small experience, +2. Funny thing is, I lost the first game to this Rain Dog player, but then I think I ended up winning 2-1 the set. But again, that was because I barely have knowledge on the character, but I still managed to beat them. I just feel he's a good zoner and he's good for 2v2s. But 1v1s, as long as I can get in and time them correctly, like when they're going to do their certain moves, he's got quite a big hurt box. Well, I feel like he's easy to edge guard. It's quick kills, you know, but that's if you get in. With Rain Dog's set, it's just about timing. As long as you don't rush in and you just watch the patterns of your opponent, once you get in, you know, it's hard for them to get out and you can just cause so much damage. And it takes them a while to kill you if you got good KBI. Shaggy, I'm giving it evens or +1. See, the thing with this one, let me put on evens for now. The thing with this one, when I look on paper, I feel Superman's got a lot of pluses against Shaggy. That's what's edging me to go to +1. But then the Shaggies I face can cause me trouble. Do you know what? I'm gonna go with +1. I feel Superman beats him because, one, Ice Breath can stop his sandwich, even when it's at his Ultra Instinct mode, the big ass sandwich. Shaggy's a close combat fighter. Superman can also be a close combat fighter, but Superman is also great in the air. Superman can edge guard Shaggy pretty good. Shaggy does have his fly kick to come back, but if you can time it correctly, dodge it, or hit him before he can fully do it, or use your Nair, because Nair has great active frames and pretty good hitbox, you can counter him. However, if Shaggy has the Ultra Instinct mode, then he's pretty much coming back. But then he has to waste it, you know, he has to waste it on just recovering. So I just feel against Shaggy, he's not easy, but I feel Superman has a lot more pros against him. Steven Universe. This one's another tricky one because I faced a few. When I first played him, I got bodied. It was so bad because I didn't know what he did. Then the more I played him, the more I started understanding, but he's still tough. I'm gonna go with +1 again. Again, this could have been evens because I don't have too much knowledge on him. I don't face him that much on 1v1s, but he does have his great moments against Superman, like when he puts his shields up and then he starts comboing you, knocking you back and forth to the shields, and when he brings out the watermelon guy, that can be a bit of a nuisance, but usually Superman kills it quick. But I feel Superman has that +1 because purely Steve is light. Steven, sorry, is very light. I've killed him quite early, many times. Again, this is why I said I want to do this every 3 months, because that's when I'll gain a lot more character knowledge. In 3 months time, I might face him a lot more and be like, actually he's a +2, or actually he's evens. I'm going from my experience. If he was heavier, he had a bit of weight to him, so it was a bit harder for Superman to kill, I think it could go evens because Steven's got some potential. I really do believe it. Taz, I'm going with evens. Similar to Finn, where on the ground he's tough and he has good armor break moves, but he doesn't have the range of Finn. But Taz, how I find to beat him is I usually like to ice him, slow down his movements, because Taz, yeah, he obviously wants to come up to against you, wants to turn you into a chicken, so he's always attacking, always trying to bring on the pressure. So when I slow him down, it definitely helps. On the ground, obviously Taz is the better one, because again, the armor breaks, he's good at combos, does a lot of damage. But then when you're in the air or off stage, Superman is the better character. So I just feel it's evens. Iron Giant, I love this guy, I really do. But as much as it pains me, the funny thing is I've actually lost to quite a few, but I do feel it's another +1. Iron Giant's a tank, he can take a lot of damage, but so is Superman, he can take a lot of damage. The difference is one of them is actually a big hitbox, you know, you can combo him for a long time, while Superman, he's still big, but nowhere near the size of Iron Giant. And Superman's much faster, so he can get into Iron Giant before he does certain moves. You can combo on him, and then if he does that bolt move where you can't hit him, you just fly away because he's much faster than Iron Giant. So it will take a while for Iron Giant to kill you as well, unless he grabs you and you're at a certain percentage and then throws you to the floor or Beyblades you into the side. But obviously that's if you get caught. It depends on how you're playing and your aggressiveness. But I feel when it comes to this matchup, if the Iron Giant wins, they played better, or you made a few mistakes. Next, Tom and Jerry. I really feel it's a +2. After the nerfs of Tom and Jerry against Superman, they're not that good. As long as you have the right perks and you got the good movement speed and reactions with Superman, as soon as you get in and you knock Tom off the stage, he is pretty easy to edge guard, and Tom's light. He's got, again, a lightweight, easy to edge guard because they use that fishing rod, and as long as you dodge that, you can get in and then boom, you can kill him. Doesn't have the best recovery, and especially if you kill Jerry or he accidentally shoots Jerry off the stage, Superman can deal with Tom. But yeah, the nerfs really did change him. Since he can't combo on you really that much anymore, there's nothing really to fear on him. You know, yeah, you'll get a bit of damage here and there, but It's Superman, he's a tank. Velma. Now this one is a different zoner. Now, from my experience, it's evens or -1. See, the Velmas I face are actually just high levels. Like, they're just really good players and they usually beat me. But I have beaten a few high levels, but this is a tough match. Superman can kill her quite early, but at the same time, it's so hard for him to get in because she can sniper shot you with that move of hers. And then once you're auto-aimed, it's so hard to get in. You could use your ice, but then she could just come up to you and then start comboing you. I'm going to go with -1 purely because I haven't faced enough average level Velmas. The ones I faced were high and they were so tough to deal with. I mean, every time I tried to get in, they'll just knock me back, or the auto-aim, or the mystery van. It was just, it's tough. I just feel because Superman's quite a big body, you really have to trick them so that you don't get that sniper shot or go into that auto-aim silence. Speech box, whatever it is. Someone like Ranger, who's a zoner, his projectors are slow, you know, so it's much easier to dodge, while Velmas are pretty fast, just a different speed of zoners. So yeah, I'm gonna put -1. Again, in 3 months maybe it'll change, but as of now, I'm gonna put a -1. Wonder Woman, for me, -1. I mean, sorry, +1, close to +2. That's how I feel. When I first played against Wonder Woman, I was like, oh man, she's destroying me. She's got good armor breaks and she's so much faster on the field, like on stage, and her combos are great against Superman, especially because of the armor break. But besides from that, Superman dominates her everywhere. In the air, off the stage, again, her recovery is pretty bad. Superman can punish that easily, especially when she's just flying down with her shield. You know how easy it's just to do a feral nail on her. And one of her moves, when she goes into a shield mode, you could just ice it. That's all I do. Whenever I face a Wonder Woman and they go into their shield mode, I just ice them for 1 stack of ice. It breaks their shield and they're slowed. And that's it. I can go back to facing them again. Her speed can be annoying, again, on the stage, but then Superman's fast as well. It's about who can get that hit in first. She does have the weight that helps her. And again, the armor breaks do help, similar to Finn. But because she hasn't really got projectiles, or Lasso of Truth is the only range she has, and if you dodge it, she has to get in close. So you can keep icing her, play more defensive style and beat her. And the difference between Finn and Wonder Woman, since they both got good armor breaks, both got a sword, is I just feel Finn has better combos, and that teleporting is just better than the Lasso of Truth or whatever else he does. Lebron James, I'm gonna put him in evens. Now it could be +1 because LeBron's quite a big body, so it's easy for Superman's combos to go for longer. LeBron does have a bit of weight on him, and the basketballs can be annoying. The amount of times I've been thinking, all right, I'm gonna get in quickly and do my damage, and he throws the basketball, or I run into the basketball by accident because he's keeping on the spot while he's doing other things. He can do some serious damage. He's good at edge guarding if you're on the wall. Superman obviously has the power and the speed against him and the weight, but LeBron does have the basketball, so he has a better range. He has more range, but he also does have some good weight and power to him. Morty, I'm gonna go with evens. I think it's similar to the LeBron James situation where you're faster, you're tougher, more power, but LeBron and Morty both can also fight up close. They do have their serious damaging moves, like for Morty, is the hammer move when he spins around, or the big ass hands and the axe. But he's also great at keeping range with the bombs. You know, it's sometimes hard to get in, especially if they keep moving around, and it's tough edge guarding him because he can just use that teleporting and he gets armor in it. I was considering -1 because of that, but I think what I feel keeps that evens is because Morty's moves aren't the fastest. You know, as long as you have good reaction and timing, you should be able to hit him first and then comboing him and try and do what you need to do to try and kill. And he's a light character, so you can kill him quite early. But if you face a good Morty, good at zoning you out, and then when you do come in, he can punish you with one of his melee attacks, it's tough. It's a hard match, I do think. That's why, like I said, I was considering -1. Rick, I mean, he's new. He's just come out, not enough experience, way too early. But from first glance and playing him a few times today, because I am recording this on Wednesday, I'm gonna put him on -1. Reason is, I feel his down air is strong, man. The amount of times I got killed with it, just trying to up air or up grab, and then you just down air me, and that, like, they've killed me quite low percentages on the wall. Or even when trying to edge guard him, when he goes on his skis, if you don't have the correct height, the ski will hit you, and then that's it, you're edge guarding has failed. He's good at recovering because of the teleporting, that turning you into Rain Dog or him getting big. Once he brings it out, you're going to have to try and prevent him from using it. He's looking tough. Now, lastly, Gizmo. It could be +2 as well. I'm going to put +1 for now. But I do feel it's just a winning matchup for Superman. Gizmo's light. He doesn't have too many zoning weapons. I mean, he has his arrows, but I think he can only shoot 3 before he has the cooldown. Doesn't have the greatest combos. He has moves going for him, and even the silencing does nothing to Superman. It stops his lasers, but I mean, it's not a must for Superman. I don't think he's like well suited to go against Superman because of the cooldowns. I feel Gizmo shines better against characters like Rick, who need their moves, their special moves, because without them they can't really do that much. But Superman doesn't need his lasers. It helps, but he doesn't need them for however long you're silenced for. There we have it. This is my Superman matchup tier list. Pretty happy with it. The only one where I'm still considering is LeBron. I mean, he could be +1, but then look how many +1s. This is why Superman's one of the best in 1v1s. I mean, some people class him top 5. I mean, I've heard some say top 3. You know, me personally, I think I wouldn't put him top 3 because I feel top 3 are Batman, Arya. I mean, could be Harley Quinn. I could see Superman top 5, but then people could argue and be like, no, Morty's better, or Finn's better, or Taz is better, you know. So it's between top 5, but between top 5 and top 7. That's where I'd put him. So of course he's gonna have a lot of matchups in his favor because he's a great character. Apart from LeBron, I mean, Steven Universe could be evens as well. These two, I think everyone is roughly at a good spot. There are a few, again, I could mix up, like Velma, evens, these two, like here, you know. But let me put them back to where I originally put them so we don't get confused. I feel it's roughly around here. These are the main 5 anyway, because again, Rick's too new. These are the main 5 who definitely cause Superman the most problems, especially these 4. But after these 4, Velma. But yeah, this is from my personal experience. Again, other pros or other players will have different tier lists, but from my experience, how I go against them, how I struggle or do good against, this is how it usually feels for me. Until the next matchup tier list in 3 months, Slouser is outer, and hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.